rustling through the breeze. A ship of copper shining in the sun. We're a bunch of friends just having fun. Cerise's hard as nails, Harlan bringing the mail. Kinoko tends the plants in need, and Milo has a call for speed. Quicksilver looks for love, almost sparks cast lightning up above. The trust is what you want it to be. The Zephyr strikes again, a chaotic ride for you and me. The Zephyr strikes again, come and have some fun in the wild sea. When the Zephyr strikes again, let's go, let's go.
Let's go! Welcome to the Wildsea. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us this evening. We are playing The Wildsea by Felix Isaacs. It is a post-apocalyptic world where solar punk is the reigning ideal here. Basically, the core idea of the game is that nature has reclaimed the entire world in an event called the Verdancy. And now the people that live here kind of survive on the tops of mountains that act as islands. The forest is just a giant sea. Ships travel between the different islands using varying modes, but it's always on top of the trees, kind of like waves. So there you go. There's a brief background of the Wildsea. I'm joined by an amazing group of creatives tonight who have some pretty wild characters. No pun intended on that. Well, maybe a little pun intended.
Ray, I don't think we're live on Twitch.
Yeah, something's happened.
Oh no. Lies and slander. Oh yeah, it says we're only streaming.
The last thing is from 6 days ago.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happened.
I was like, I'm not getting my channel points.
Let's see. Why are we not streaming to Twitch? Edit. Twitch. Save. Let's see if it kicks over. See if it switches. I know there's a delay. Come on. There goes something. There goes something.
Oh,
write that down.
We're live now.
Now we're live. Just kidding. All right. Well, I don't feel like repeating all that. So welcome to the Wildsea. We have a lot of fun here. I'm joined by an amazing cast of creatives who, as you can see, are in character. We can take a brief minute here to go around the table and let everybody take a moment to talk about other things that they are in, and also just like maybe a very brief, hey, this is my character. So I'm going to pass it over to Juniper first, because why not? It's been a while since Juniper's gone first.
Sure, I'll go first. I am Juniper. I'm linen and spice most places on the internet. Aside from playing in a bunch of different games here on Shattered Tabletop Gaming, 3 out of 4 Sundays. You can also find me playing in some games on Mastery Award, such as Gods and Goddesses. I'm in a series called The Wild Blue Yonder. We're doing Magister Lore. Yeah, gosh, I can't even think. I'm in way too many things. If you would like to know all the things I'm in, though, my link tree is going to go in chat, and I've just recently revamped it to have a streaming schedule, or you can click on Shattered Tabletop Gaming or Mastery Award separately to view the individual games that I'm in on those channels. Tonight I am playing Kinoko, who is a Gao, which is a mushroom person in this game, The Wildsea. They have a bit of a weird voice, so we'll see how that goes. They also swear, which I kind of shocked everyone with the other night when they said fuck. So I'm going to throw over to Sparks, our Mothrin friend.
Hello. All right, so I am Sparks. I play, it's a Mothrin. Basically, think of like moth people, but mine in particular is a dragonfly. She is Tempest, so lightning-y powers and things of that nature. Whether they they can kind of control it or not is to be seen. And yeah, they kind of lost a lot of their like clan, family, and all that, but was found by this wonderful group of people, and has just been going with the shenanigans ever since. So yeah, and I will pass it off to Prixilla.
Shenanigans. We don't do shenanigans over here.
Never.
Not
Never.
whenever I, Tofu Chipmunk, am involved.
Definitely
Certainly not.
And believe that.
No.
But I also play on several campaigns over on Shattered Tabletop Gaming, and I am also a member of Maestri and Nord also over there, and I play on several campaigns over there. There's quite a lot, and both communities are looking for more players to join in because Maestri and Nord is coming up with more games coming up, but they also have one called West Marches Trials of Silver, where anybody and everybody can join. It's a D&D 5e campaign. And then over at Shattered Tabletop Gaming, Ray is coming up with lots and lots of really great ideas for new campaigns and one-shots coming up, but also for people too who might want to try their hands at DMing. So I am usually a support person for that kind of stuff, so I would love to see you guys join in and play so that I can help support you guys. And with that being said, I would love to support our crow who has started streaming again.
Yay. Thank you, Tofu. Yeah, I'm Crow. I have been taking a little bit of break from streaming and everything, and I just recently started streaming again. Very recently. I play an Ironbound called Cerise, and she's kind of more doll-like, but she's like 6 feet tall, so she's still pretty big. And this is her mask, or at least my version of it. I love bringing bits and pieces of my characters into real life because it's a lot of fun. So yeah, yeah, I'm just got back to streaming, so it feels good, honestly. It feels very good. And that's it for me, so I throw it back to Ray. Ray!
Well, thank you. As I said, amazing creatives. Check out their works. Lots of good stuff. All the links have been provided in the chat. If you are watching us on YouTube, you can click the links in the YouTube description and go to the same places. So definitely check those out. As far as our stream tonight, I may require some dice rolls from the chat. When I say chat, give me a roll. Just type in !D6, and that will roll a lovely D6. I will use your number at some point. It could be good, it could be bad. Who knows? You can save up your channel points for some really big stuff. The biggest point, I think, the biggest redeem we have would be the Chaos Flux or Potency Flux. It's named something similar to that. Think Wild Magic Surge, but it can affect the players as well. So things like they must speak in rhyme, or silly stuff like that. Lots of good things happen with that one. Or you can just spend them as you get them and redeem heals and other silly things like that. Right.
Or do what Tofu did to me once, which killed off my very first character that I've ever had die, which was double a monster in size in an alien game.
Yeah, that definitely set a tone.
I had to be someone's first at some point.
Oh, that's what she said, all right.
Got 'em. All right. So what we like to do around here after our intros and all that good stuff is do a quick little recap. But with this show, we do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to play the the recap intro, and that'll be cue for the intro to begin, or the recap to begin. So here we go.
Yes, diary. So it turns out that the Jello salad from the previous entry was just a misunderstanding. That's what happens when you don't stop to negotiate despite the newly grown leg, and you run off instead. We didn't have to chase Robert too much as we carried our snow cone. We recognized the path he was taking was towards Distant Bob, but before we could reach the store, we got slowed down by a mass of shoppers. Don't you just hate it when the person in front of you decides to walk at a slow pace and makes it difficult for you to run or power walk around them? It's not the slow walking that's annoying, it's the I have to walk right next to another slow walker and leave no room for people to move a little faster to get past us. That makes me want to take advantage of all my prickly spines and start shoving my way through. But before I could start poking at everyone, Kanoko released some of their hallucinogenic spores. Not only did it open up a clear pathway for us to run through, but it caused everyone to start screaming and panic and running away. Nothing to worry about, though, I think. Everyone seemed fine when we happened to come back to the center of the marketplace later. Oops. Over at Bits and Bob's, though, we were able to confront Bob, and it turns out Bob was just being a good employee and doing everything they could to get the snow cone machine that Bits had sent them out to go get. Oh. Bob was not about to let Bits down, no matter how scary it was to have a group of Wildsea sailors running and yelling and cursing at them. After the calm of piecing together the lack of communication, Bits agreed to give us the snow cone machine only after he got to borrow it for the night. Bits wanted the machine to try to create snow in front of his shop for the festival everyone was shopping for. In all the excitement, we barely noticed that it was the festival of 1,000 colors. Everyone was decorating the front of their shops and homes and exchanging gifts. Colorful bursts of chalk clouds and water guns filled with paints were brightening up everyone's outfits as they all shopped around, starting off in white at the beginning of the day and ending the day with bright smiles over their colorful clothing. After we had gotten caught up in our own shopping amongst the festivities, Bits gave us our first taste of a snow cone. After we tasted the snow cone alone, though, despite how refreshing it tasted, we remembered that the snow cone needed some sugar water added to it. Remembering the run-in with some sugar ants on our last visit, we decided we would extract some from them. Despite their name, those sugar ants do not have any sweet personality to them, so asking them for some would have been out of the question as they would have attempted to negotiate some exorbitant price in exchange. Instead, I got to work and devised a trap, one that would capture and tickle them with feathers until they released their nectar. With carefully using one of Harlan's packages, we were able to lure those sugar ants to swarm in. It worked! Fits of giggles and laughter filled the air while sweet nectar filled the jar. After we rescued the delivery package back, the sugar ants ran off, ranting about getting back at us or something. I don't know. And so for the remainder of the evening, we gathered at Bits and Bob's and shared snow cones and exchanged gifts and stories and laughs. During this evening, you could say that Milo even became a bit religious, as in Milo became holy. Milo extracted one of their ears and started the incubation in getting it to grow after getting inspired by Bits giving Bob life from his own femur. All the jokes in the world, and I went with Milo going holy. What a wonderful time we had that night. I just remembered we need to go look for a certain weasel before a race happens. Oops. We spent all this time laughing and and enjoying her time while a weasel is somewhere out there. Well, I hope he's okay. Looks like our holiday festivities are over. Always thorny, Prixilla.
Yay!
Well
I
done.
love
Well
Priscilla's
done.
recaps.
Goodness, wow.
They're always such an adventure. Like hearing how the story went through Prixilla's imagination. Oh my goodness. So that does bring us to the beginning of our story. All of you are gathered in front of Bits and Bobs. Bits has given you the snow cone machine. I believe Prixilla had picked up some presents for everyone. I don't know if anybody else had picked up anything for the others. If not, that's fine. So Bob makes his way sheepishly down the stairs. All of you can. I just realized there's no ambiance.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
How can we have drama if there's no music?
oh no!
I don't see the town music, so. Oh no. I'm sorry, y'all. We'll just go with this one for now, I guess. Okay. Did turning the music on make me all choppy and garbly and crazy? Can you all hear me?
Not badly. We can still hear you.
Mm.
I don't like when it does that. It's crazy.
Uh,
It has muffled you a little bit, I think, but
Okay. So, Bob sheepishly makes his way downstairs towards you all. You hear that telltale of jello feet as he comes down the steps and makes his way slowly across the room of the shop. Kind of like, so to describe Bob for our viewers, Bob is basically a femur bone surrounded by a clear jello with two little jello legs that stick out the bottom. And that's how Bob walks in. So Bob kind of like, with what would be an imaginary head, kind of peeks around things as he comes across. Oh, you know what? I think we're just gonna have to go without background music tonight.
yeah, that's
Bummer.
unfortunately.
Anyway, so Bob kind of peeks around things and flip flops his way over to the group and stops just shy of Prixilla. And inches ever so closely, closer and closer, waiting for Prixilla to like acknowledge that he's there. Like inches and looks over. Inches a little more, looks over.
I I'm very slow to notice, so he practically has to like get right up in front.
Chat, give me a D6 roll, please.
oh, goodness.
we're gonna see how this goes. So that's an exclamation mark D6, and it should automatically roll a die. There is a slight delay timer in between rolls, so if two people chime in at the same time, it might take a second for the second roll. You might have to do it again, that kind of thing. See, Heiner gave us a 6. Okay. So after trying to get Prixilla's attention very subtly and not succeeding, Bob just like kicks you in the leg.
Ow!
It's like,
Okay. What do you need, Bob?
Bob like kind of raises its head up, and before, when you all saw Bob running to Weasel Bops, there was a gold locket, like kind of floating around in the jelly. There is a small, I say small, it's a normal size ring.
Is this for me?
Like, yeah, take.
Aw, well, thank you so much, Mom. And I'll take the ring.
When you like go to reach out, like it almost gets pushed out, and it's one of those like plastic 25-cent like gumball rings.
No.
And Bob
adorable.
immediately turns around and runs upstairs. Now it's
I'm
important. It's important to understand. Bob is basically a child.
Mm.
So
I'm gonna put one of the rings on one of my spines.
Aw.
That's cute.
very sweet, very sweet. Bits kind of goes back to doing what he does in his shop, and so then, what do you think is next for your intrepid crew? The Zephyr, right?
Yep, the Zephyr. I do believe that. Oh, Bits, we met Weasel.
Oh, wonderful! Did you get the parts you needed to fix your ship?
In a way. We do need to finish the transaction with Weasel,
Oh,
but he kind of went off into the air with his MacGuffin.
Yeah. He kind of crash landed somewhere.
That. Yep.
oh! I always told him that MacGuffin was going to be the death of him.
Oh, I
Aw.
hope not.
That's what we're gonna try and find out next.
I'm honestly surprised he got it to work.
Well, we gave you the thing, the power for it. It's just that when he used it, it kind of went pew and like disappeared.
Well,
I mean, Kanoko's right. They Weasel did phew, and then it also went boom.
And then
Oh.
there's like smoke and stuff.
oh my. Well, I truly hope it didn't hit anyone.
I think it was out of the forest, so we might be okay. We'll go find out.
Well, allow me to give you this gift then, in honor of our beautiful festival. That seems like it was a month ago, but it was just yesterday. He gives you like a very beat up and like slightly rusted spyglass.
Ooh.
Perhaps this can help you. It's dangerous out there.
What does it do?
I'm not sure. Maybe you can whack someone with it. It does have some dents.
It looks like it has gone through some whacking.
I mean, I did obtain it from a mole, so
Okay.
anyway, take the fancy club. He just holds it out to whoever will wants it.
I'll,
nudge. I nudge Spark.
And Sparks kind of reaches out for it and is looking at it, and it's like, this seems really familiar. Like I'm pretty sure in a past life I've used one of these things. You just give me a second.
What does it do?
Give me a Veils and Veils and Delve, we'll say.
All right. I also need to remember to get with you, Rumsey, and swap some of my stuff around.
Yeah,
So-
we keep forgetting to do that.
Yeah, 100%. But just to better fit my character. But that, if it doesn't have a dot in it, that means like none, right? Or is
Right.
that just an extra dice?
Yeah, that means none.
Okay. A 6?
A 6. That is a beautiful roll. You in a past life have used a spyglass before. So you know exactly what this thing is and what it does.
So you think that you've whacked someone with this before?
You know, I've just had an epiphany. I think I know exactly what this thing is. It is a spyglass. And we use it to see very far away from where we are.
How do you do
Actually, and
that?
then she kind of scopes it out or telescopes it out, whatever you want to call it. Yes, words.
Words.
And just looks.
It's the Wildsea. Make up a word. I don't care.
Yeah, scoopity scopity scope. You know,
It expands.
yeah.
That's lore now. That's going in her next diary entry.
Skibbity scoopascope.
Scoopity scopity scoop. Yeah, you know, they just kind of do that, and yeah, I was looking through one part of it, and I'm just looking outside the window, and yeah, you guys try, like, and is kind of just showing everybody more or less how to use it.
So it does work, but one of the lenses does have a crack. So it's like as you're looking through, you can see the crack through it. But I mean, other than that, it does work.
I'm gonna look through it, and then I'm gonna be like, "Oh no, my blooms! I think I just saw Daniel. Not so. No, never mind. Don't look in that direction, you guys."
What's Daddy Do Daniel's doing?
You don't want to know what Danny Do
Yeah,
Daniel is
give me that
doing.
thing.
I cast natural spyglass and try and look and see what Daniel is doing.
Oh no.
Like immediately, don't tell me what not to look at.
Yeah.
What do I see?
Priscilla, what is Dandy Dude Daniel doing? There's too many D's.
Danny Do Daniel is definitely not. No one. No, never mind. I can't.
It's being a degenerate.
Yes.
I can't do
I think we can use our imagination for that one.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And fade to black. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Veils. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna put that one up there. 1499 Street.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just typing
Oh.
in my notes. Dandy Dude Daniel is doing something unspeakable.
Right.
We
I
do have an OnlyFans now.
I put Daddy Dude Daniel is ...
Dandy Dude Daniel dancing dastardly.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's magic miking it in the old lady's yard, like with his vines up, like.
I don't even have eyes, and I'm going, my eyes, my eyes.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Kinoko completely speechless, just hands it back to Priscilla.
What did I just see? I don't know what I wanted.
her up the rock.
Like pulls them out. Like I don't need these anymore.
Someone pass the eye bleach, please.
Don't look.
Fresh out. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
I think
Well,
Sparks is gonna take that back.
slowly take them.
Yeah, just like
You all can't be trusted with this power.
No, never.
Oh goodness.
So kind of hoping I don't really necessarily know the layout of like where we're at, but I'm assuming kind of like we can just walk outside and be out in the open in that sense.
Mhm.
And Sparks is gonna more or less point it in the direction she remembers Weaselbop kind of flying off to and exploding somewhere. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you still see like the thin wisp of smoke in the distance coming up. Even with your spyglass, it still seems pretty far away. It's probably going to take about a full day's travel, normal travel. Now, if Harlan was driving, it might take like 3/4 of a day.
Well, with concern for his well-being, we're probably letting Harlan drive.
That's fair.
Yep.
And as a side note, one of Milo's aspects is that they are able to use their Tempest powers to increase the ship's speed. I do not know the actual mechanical value of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it an extra 1 dot. With that being said, Masterix had rolled a 3 earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and use that as 1/2 of the roll. And that would be a 6. All right. So when you all do decide to set off, we've got that all taken care of. Will is still on the ship, never left, has about 19 needle points done.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear, poor Will.
Maybe we should let him off the ship sometime so he could actually do some, shore leave stuff instead of always guarding the ship.
I thought he was gonna leave. Yeah, I don't think we're like, hey, you have to stay here on the
Oh,
ship.
okay. Well, did you know you could leave? Oh, okay.
So it's a choice. You know what? That's fair.
Okay.
Just gives you a thumbs up. Ready to go?
Yep.
I pat Will
I'm
on the shoulder. You're the introvert to my extrovert, Will.
Sure.
Says nothing else.
Yeah, he just wanders off. Harlan assumes the pilot's position.
I'm gonna politely push Harlan aside.
No, Harlan.
Not this time. Since we've got delicate matters. Next time.
I'm imagining the camera like looking at the steering wheel and like Harlan jumps in, Cerise pushes Harlan off screen. Harlan jumps back into frame real quick and you hear like the ship rev a couple times. Like vroom, vroom, and then Cerise pushes Harlan out of the way. Get out of
Harlan?
here.
No, down Harlan.
All right, Cerise, let me grab the ship here. So the ship currently has a 4 speed.
Yes.
So I need you to give me 4d6, I think is what that means.
Yes, sir. Coming right up. Meh. Okay. Well, I just got a 5 and 3 2s.
Ooh. All right. So in the Wildsea, when you roll doubles, that means there is a twist. Because you did roll a 5, that means it succeeded. So what we have on our hands here is a succeed with a twist. Twists are resolved by asking the players, what do you think the twist would be? Just remember that the twist cannot actually directly affect another player. NPCs, background, ship, all that stuff, free game, just not other players.
So what are we succeeding at?
So Cerise has basically they're piloting.
Yeah.
And the ship has taken off out of the port. I'll say you're like building up speed, heading towards the smoke stream.
What if we find on the way a really interesting location to come back to at another point in time, or something like
Ooh,
that?
yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm down with that.
It's got to be something that's like shaped like something like it's like shaped like a giant like lily or something, like in the distance, you know, that catches our eye. You're like,
Okay.
oh wow,
Oh wow!
oh wow, like what is that?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But-
There's random giant lily. Yeah, I like that.
Maybe
This-
it's made out of crystal or some sort of material we can't tell from our distance, but
Ooh,
it catches
I like
the
that.
sunlight and sparkles, and that's how it catches our eye.
I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a good idea.
sounds good. I am going to yes and that a little bit.
Can can Sparks mark that on her outdated map?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
While you all are driving along, or so for our viewers at home that may not have been around since episode 1, the Zephyr is the ship that our crew likes to travel on. The Zephyr is made of Exile's copper, which is like a racing ship. So imagine like a skiff size ship, or like a schooner. No, like a sailboat, about the size of a sailboat. It's made of very shiny copper. It has 2 like runners that fire off lightning, very Star Trek style, but like with actual lightning bolts. This causes the ship to travel above the treetops. It does not actually damage the trees as they kind of take flight and whatnot. It's very eco-friendly. It is powered by what is called an acid maw, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So basically, in order to fuel the ship, they have to feed things into this big vat of acid that melts it down and sends it off to the rest of the ship for energy. So you all take
And
off.
It has octopus arms.
Oh yes, it
Oh,
does
yeah, I
now.
forgot about
I
this.
forgot about
Yes.
that. It it has 4 Dr. Octopus arms that are now like, as you're traveling at this speed, they're like plastered against the side.
Mhm.
Usually when you travel at normal speed, it looks very similar to the squid robots from the Matrix, where it just kind of like flaps along behind you.
Imagine-
And a giant bug eye, right? Didn't you all put
Oh,
that
that's
giant
right.
That's
bug eye?
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
As like a sort
Like a
of like
sunroof
awning
sort
thing.
of thing.
Yeah.
Like a
An,
giant
an
kaleidoscope eye.
atrium.
Atrium.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes. There we go.
But with the crank, you can lift up that eye so that it can like look down on other ships.
Could we use it as like a makeshift sail to help us go faster?
Yep.
Like, because
I
if
like
it's
that.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah,
I have it in my
technically.
diary.
But off in the distance, you all see what could only be described as a massive crystalline lily that when the sun catches it, it is very shiny, as Priscilla said. But you see it like in bud form at first, but then it splits open like blooms, and you see millions of like spore-like cloud come out of it, just into the sky. Very glittery, very shiny.
Are we close enough to get near the clouds?
No.
Well-
Can we go there after, please?
We,
It looks
we
really
can go
cool.
there after. We could go there after. Yes.
Yay!
Yes, Kanoko, we could go thereafter. I'm quite interested as well.
Yay!
All of
I wanna know what
Kanoko's
that
little
is.
mushrooms in the night garden are all dancing around like, yay! Yay!
That is such a cute mental image of like all the little mushrooms.
They learn from Kanoko, so they're
Yay.
and like the chubby ones do a little chest bump.
yes.
Oh, that's cute.
That is very cute.
Got that from M.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With that, you all take off towards the smoke cloud. It does not take terribly long, but like I said, it will take until just about nightfall. When you get close enough, I need everyone to make instinct and either sense or what would be another good one? Instinct and either sense or outwit.
Okay.
Hold on. Instinct and sensor outwit.
Yep.
I rolled a 5 and got double 4s.
Okay.
I got a 5 and a 6.
I have nothing for instinct, so I'm just rolling outwit, which is 1. I rolled a 6.
Hey.
Nice.
I got a 1, 2, and 4.
1, 2, and 4. Okay. So Priscilla does not notice. And there is a twist involved in this, but I'm going to handle the twist on this one. You Kanoko and Sparks, you see it first. Right before the Zephyr hits it. Cerise, you notice, but it's just a little too late. But you do see it, and you're like, oh, because it kind of like comes out of the darkness, honestly. But there is like a wooden sign that's on a very makeshift. It's like made out of branches, like as like an arm from it to hang from. It's a wooden sign, and it says Dio del Ebrero. And as you are passing by, you accidentally clip this sign, which is the twist part, and it kind of like flies up, lands on the deck, and kind of spins on its corner a little bit before falling down flat.
Okay. Did not mean to do that.
Cerise, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just surprised that happened.
Yeah. I usually catch that.
What's the whatever?
Ah.
Where are we? Cerise, do you know?
Do I know?
This particular area is not one that very many people have come to. In fact, with your rolls of 6, anybody that rolled 6, you actually notice that the trees have changed from like a pine and like deciduous mix to like palm trees.
Okay.
And I will say that Kanoko, because of your like your nature and your what do they call that? Bloodline. You feel a very distinct increase in humidity.
Ooh. I like it here. I think it's gonna be good for our skin.
Well, maybe for the rest of you.
I think Kanoko, they they normally they look fairly dry on the outside, but you know those mushrooms that can secrete like a kind of a oozy, sticky kind of. That's what they do. Like all over, they just suddenly look kind of glistening and sticky on the outside in the humidity. Don't ask me why I did that. I just thought it was fun.
It's a terrible mental image.
Right. I apologize, but that's what happened.
I love it.
That's
I'm here for it.
You actually see Prixilla's blooms start to wilt a little bit.
Oh,
Too much water.
it's,
You
Oh,
are
no.
overhydrated.
it's too much.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
I think
Yes.
Sparks is over there with the sign. Is just like, Cerise, you got 50 points. You got 50 points.
Thank you. I definitely do my best.
Nailed it. Cerise, I'm gonna need you to give me. I gotta switch back to the ship real quick. I need you to give me a. Oh no, never mind. So this ship does not have any tilt. So I'm gonna have you roll saws, which is 2. So
Oh, yeah, it
2d6.
doesn't right now, because that's damaged. We still gotta fix that.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, saws. 2 for
Wait,
saws.
what do you mean we gotta fix some? What? What?
Because you just got the metal, right?
Yeah, we just got the metal. We didn't
I
Or-
took the metal off of the yellow submarine also and fixed whatever we needed to fix.
True. You did make patchwork
oh, and
yellow submarine fixes.
I took the steering column off of the yellow submarine as well too.
Yeah, so everything
fix
else that we were getting
with
from
that.
Wuzzlebot was going to be like internal upgrades and stuff.
Right. I forget what that damaged exactly. But we'll say we get 1 more tilt back for now. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a 1d6 for tilt.
Okay. We're back at 1 for tilt. Oh boy.
Oh no, 1.
Oh, great.
This is the way my luck works.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's all good. It's all good. So everybody's like, doing their thing. You're feeling the humidity. Sparks is 50 points. And all of you suddenly kind of get taken off guard, a little off foot, off balance. There we go. As this large hill kind of appears. Like the trees look flat. It's like one of those illusions where it looks like it's going up, but it's actually going down kind of thing. Have you ever heard of those? There's roads that do that here in
Yes.
America. So anyway, all of a sudden, the Zephyr dips down. You kind of lose your stomach as the negative G's happen, and then it ramps up a hill. And I mean, full tilt. Milo is down there like charging away, and with a 1, you basically ramp this hill. When you do, it's like slow motion. All of you are kind of like off the deck, like
Cerise is just holding on to the steering column. Everything's sort of flying.
Oh god. Kanoko is sending out pseudopods to kind of grab shit as it's coming off the surface.
perfect.
Axilla has like her spines have embedded into one of the walls.
Perfect. Sparks, how are you handling this?
I think Sparks's like wings come out a little bit, and then like little like sparks are coming because she's like freaking out a little bit. You know, like what the hell is this? Like,
I like to think Harlan's hanging on with like one arm is holding a package, of course, and then the other 3 are just holding the railing, and you can hear Harlan's wings flapping, like, and Will's just kind of like, "This is awesome!" You all rocket over the top of this hill. And as you're doing all of your bracing for impact, you see over the side of the ship, there's a village down below. There's probably 1,000, maybe 2,000 people. A lot of them look like Ardent, which is the Wildsea version of humans. But they're wearing like clothes that are like animal skin kind of thing, like stuff that they've just found around, very makeshift clothing and whatnot. The predominant thing that you notice in the center of this village is a humongous statue of an Ardent man with a long beard, wearing white robes with his arms outstretched. And all of these people down below are like dancing, but in a very strange manner. Like their bodies are barely moving, but their arms are like doing like twists and like weird kind of maneuvers. And you see they are holding glow sticks.
Oh.
Essentially, it looks like an entire village of that video of goths under a bridge dancing.
oh, that's great.
Amazing. Amazing.
After I get
And-
unstuck, I'm gonna be like, "You guys, it looks like they're doing what you guys were doing in the Weasel Bop shop. They must have gotten really good deals just now too."
Have we landed
I mean,
yet,
that's-
though?
That's possible. Or maybe it's a cult.
Why has this month's theme been cults?
I don't know. That seems to be the vibe.
A cult? Do you think that they'll have that sugary juice? Oh, I love sugary juice.
Maybe. See if someone bursts in through the wall. That might work. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So no, the ship is about, I'm gonna say, 120 feet above the village right now, and even kind of sideways. And you can basically hear the engine revving as there's no like friction or anything. Think of like when a car takes a ramp and it's like ring, 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 ring. Like that's kind of what the ship is doing right now.
So are
And
we
all of you are
actively
like,
sailing over the top of them?
"Sure." Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of them are like,
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's like running away screaming or anything though. It's just like
No.
okay, all
They're
right,
just
good.
like,
But we're all still looking over the side of our ship, right?
Yeah.
So Priscilla's gonna just like wave an arm, like,
You land on the other side of the village. The force of the ship coming down does kind of break that little levitation barrier, so it does kind of scrape some of the treetops and things, but not enough to cause like monumental damage. Just give it a little character, little, grass stain. And Cerise is able to bring the ship to a halt.
is everybody okay?
I think so.
fine, okay.
Cerise looks back at the village. Looks for it again.
As we landed, Kanoko's shape, like imagine if you have like a soft bit of jelly that you drop on the ground and it goes bloop, bloop, and then bloops back together again. That's a little bit like what Kanoko did, just like reformed, but
Oh my gosh, I love that. It's like when a water balloon that doesn't actually pop, just like boing. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
exactly.
beautiful. I love it.
I'm fine. Did we squash anyone?
No, it looks like everybody. Oh no, there's a pair of shoes. No, just kidding.
Pair of red shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pair of red shoes. We're about to go walk down the yellow brick road.
Mhm.
Off in the distance, you all do hear the sound of like festival music and things like that. It's very bassy. Like they're definitely getting down over there.
Yeah, sounds like a party.
Yes, it does.
Like I think like the
It's not Sandstorm. It's not Sandstorm.
no.
Aw, come on. Make Sandstorm canon in this universe. Come on. Howard.
I can still get copyrighted in this universe, though.
Yeah, my bad.
I don't know. Is anybody going to come after me for a song from like the 90s? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's not Sandstorm, it's Dust Cloud.
Yes, there it is. Dust
Okay, we're
Tempest.
playing Dust Cloud. Dust Tempest.
There we go.
There's like one note different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as high pitched, We'll just like drop
Yeah.
it down,
Dugga-dugga-dug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Priscilla's
ship has
gonna
come
get
to
a
a
little
halt.
excited. Yeah, she's gonna be like, "That sounds like a party."
We should go check it out.
Time!
We gotta
Yeah.
find Weasel still.
I will find it in a second.
I can't hear you over this bass. I'm gonna start.
Priscilla's like moonwalking away from the ship, like, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Sparks is above her with like she's like with her wings, just like going with her.
Where is the column of smoke from Weaselbop's crash
Yeah.
site with reference to where we are?
So if you're on the ship looking at the town, it's like off to the right, probably a mile away.
Okay.
Okay, so not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
not too terribly far.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ADHD on this crew is real.
It's yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
Spark-
there's a guy possibly in danger, at a crash site. We're all like, whoop, party!
Yeah.
Except for Cerise. Cerise is like, we gotta think to. What are you all doing?
Like
That
Cerise
way.
Cerise is looking in our direction, and Sparks and I are already like dancing away, like getting into the middle.
Party, party.
Hell yeah.
no.
Oh, this whole
Kidoko's just looking
crew.
between Cerise and Priscilla and Sparks, just going,
Priscilla's like,
Oh.
"Where's the
What do I
juice
You gotta find
bring
the
the snow
juice.
cone machine. Bring the snow cone machine.
Oh my gosh.
at?"
Oh no. I shouldn't have stopped the ship.
Oh,
Well, it's too late, I guess. I suppose we're checking this place out.
this
I'm
whole
checking out
crew,
the ship.
like this whole crew is the epitome of the joke where it's like, I don't know what AD is, but I got 80 of them.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
All right. With
Yep.
that being said, you all make your way to the edge of the village of Dio del Ebero. You hear the music get much louder, and for grins, we'll say that it is, Dust Tempest playing on repeat. It's just Da Dude instead of by Darude.
Oh, yeah.
You just see all these people basically goth dancing, just having fun. It definitely looks like a big old party. There's no food or anything like that, so it's not like, oh, hey, this is an actual festival. This is just people dancing around, having a great time.
I'm gonna dance up to one of them. And over the music, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I'm Priscilla. What's going on here?"
When you get closer to the peoples and get a better look at them, so they are ardent, but you see that with their clothing, as I described it, it was like kind of piecemealed together and everything. You see that all of them are wearing like masks almost, or like hoods that have different animal representations. So there's like a person with rabbit ears, there's a person with deer ears and antlers. Just all that kind of stuff. And pretty much every mammal represented, and they're all dancing around. And Priscilla, which animal do you approach?
I approached the one that has little pointy ears and a big chipmunk tail.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of a wiry fellow, about 6.5 feet tall or so, but like no real weight, like probably weighs 90 pounds. He's just dancing away. He's got all black everything, like wallet chain kind of. And as you approach, whoa, that's an amazing costume.
Why, thank you. It's my everyday costume. I love your tail.
Turns around and like,
I like, as we're dancing, I'm fluffing up his tail.
Oh goodness.
Well,
that escalated quickly.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the Danza del Masquere.
Thanks. What happens at the Danza del Masquere?
You're looking at it. We dance in masks.
Okay.
Oh,
Cerise, this seems like your kind of vibe. They all have masks. Come on,
They're
dance with us.
different. They're different kind of masks. We have things to do.
Of course we have things to do, like get down.
What? Oh no. Priscilla, no.
I tell this guy, I'm like, these are my friends over here. That's Sparks, and that's Kanoko, and then that's Cerise over there.
Cerise's like little floating spectral bits kind of shrink in as she kind of tries to make herself smaller but fails.
Poor Cerise.
It's like,
oh,
Hi.
right
Oh.
on. Nice to meet you. I'm Prince Kimchi Prince Kimchi Chipmunk.
Hell yeah.
You're Prince Kimchi Chipmunk? You're an
Yeah,
actual
see? I did not think those 3 words together would be hard to say.
Say it 6 times fast.
No.
What brings you all the way over here?
I point at Cerise.
An accident.
Whoa,
But everything-
look at the mask on that one. Everyone look at that. Everyone look at the mask.
I think I'm gonna go back to the ship.
But it looks like they're having fun. Why don't you stay?
I'm gonna do that dance where like you pretend to lasso someone.
Oh,
I'm gonna
No.
lasso at Cerise, but
No.
I'm gonna look at Sparks and be like, use your lightning. We're gonna bring Cerise in.
You're talking about like a static grab?
Yes.
Oh my god. You accidentally
Ride
like
the
tased
pony.
Cerise.
Ride the pony.
You know.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean I could try for sure.
oh no.
I don't even think Sparks knows if she could do it, but she gonna try.
What aspects do you have? Let's hear what you got.
You talking about like edges and aspects: dust and paper, flowing fabric, sundew senses, and internal battery. What do they do? I forget. All right, hold on. Instant identify predatory plants. Difficult to hit. It's a resistance, and then maybe internal battery, but that doesn't sound exactly right.
Maybe look under skills.
I have brace, hack, rattle, scavenge, sense, and vault. I really do probably need to redo my character stuff a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out. Like we gotta get together sometime and do that.
For
Like
sure.
redo edges, skills, like make Sparks more what you were looking for.
For sure.
So let's do Grace and we'll do Grace and either Outwit or Sway. And then Cerise to resist, I'll have you do Instinct and either Outwit or let's do Rattle. No, Rattle's for like
No.
we'll do Outwit or Sway for you as well.
Okay. Outwit or Sway? I'm gonna go with Outwit. And that's one singular die again, so
No, same.
depending on how this goes, I'll see what of my aspects will do about it. 5.
That's what I got. That's why I put my hand up. I was like, just before she says her number, I just want to show that I'm not cheating.
Well then, we need a tiebreaker of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Rollies.
Rollies. Just go ahead and roll it again. Let's see who we get.
All right. 6.
I'm gonna mark off spectral variants.
Okay.
One of my aspects to become. Usually I would do this for just my ghostly body, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it for my iron body this time. I marked to become insubstantial for a short time, allowing me to float and pass through solid objects.
Oh, nice.
Just so that way I can't be grabbed.
So
Fuck
yes,
yes.
Sparks resolving the initial roll. Yes, you are able to begin pulling Cerise closer. Like Priscilla's using the lasso to make it look like it, and Cerise basically turns around, turns spectral, and floats away.
All of the spectral bits just attach to the iron body, and I just float away, kind of in a rush. So I'm accidentally like some of my legs are catching through like people's shoulders and passing through them.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm going.
passing towards us, or like are you going away?
I'm going to the ship. Oh, give me a second. My cat's wanting it.
Yeah, some of the people that Cerise passes through are like, it's at this time though that Kanoko, since you're not actively trying to get Cerise to join in, you look over and you see a giant 6-foot long weasel with an eye patch, basically doing the Carlton to this heavy bass techno music. It's like,
Weasel up! 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 You're alive! You made it! I'm so glad.
My voice is going to be dead tomorrow. My God.
you're a few decibels higher tonight. I'm loving it.
Weasel up! You made it!
Yeah, of course I did.
We thought you were dead.
Well, I was until the party brought me back to life.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about this statue.
Huh? It could bring people back to life?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, what, excuse me? What?
Wow, you pretty much used them all there, didn't you?
I guess so. I tried. What? How?
I have no idea. I was dead, and then I wasn't. I woke up at the foot of this statue. Literally, that foot right there.
Oh. Excuse me, Prince Kimchi Chick Bug. Do you know how this happened?
Yeah, the statue during the festival doesn't allow anyone to die. Some kind of old magic or something.
Oh. Who's the statue?
No idea. It got pushed up through the trees a long time ago, and we just dragged it up here.
Oh, wow. That's pretty
Supposedly, this whole area was surrounded by water or something. I don't know.
cool. Oh, okay. How often do you have the festival? Like, could you just bring like anybody who's dead and that will like come back?
He stops dancing. Well, that's a morbid question. And also, we've never tried. Bring me my crossbow!
You tried with. No, stop that! No.
I grab Prince Kimchi
Oh,
Chipmunk.
oh my, you're moist.
Thanks. You too now.
Oh my God.
Yep. Good night, everybody. my
Oh
goodness.
God.
Uh, I was only gonna kill one person. Come on.
Don't do that. Don't
Well, how else
don't you
do we
have
find
someone
out what this?
dead like lying around?
No,
What do you do with your dead people?
we don't have any.
Then what that mean when they die? What do you do with them?
They don't. Nobody's died here.
People don't die here.
No, I think it's the statue. I don't know.
So what happens if someone gets really hurt?
Nobody gets hurt dancing.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, do people live here?
Yeah.
Like, surely people get hurt sometimes.
No. All we do is dance.
How
I just look at my friends like, the
how
fuck?
old are you, Prince Kimchi?
Oh, I have no idea.
In
I
that
lost
voice,
track
too.
of that a long time ago.
Are you single?
I guess so. I've never
Whoa.
really had time to meet anybody.
Because you're just
Sarah,
always
I'm listening
dancing.
him up for you.
Yeah, we just dance. We just dance all the time.
That sounds. And now I've stopped dancing. That sounds exhausting.
Well, yeah, but if we stop dancing, bad things happen.
What happens?
The statue gets angry.
What happens when the statue gets angry?
Well, the ground shakes. The trees start to grow around us, trying to eat our whole village. The monsters come, but as long as we dance, everything stays away.
Oh. Do you take shifts or something, or does everybody have to dance?
Everyone dances.
Do you ever eat or stop to go to the toilet?
Don't need to. If we don't eat and we don't drink, we've got nothing to get rid of. And the statue won't let us die, so we don't need to eat or sleep.
Don't you get hungry?
I forgot what hungry is.
I don't like this place.
I think Sparks is gonna lean over to Prixil and be like, "This seems less fun than I originally thought."
I agree with you. I'm not so interested in hooking up with Prince Kimchi anymore. I don't care if he's a prince or not. We should probably check on Weasel and see if we could give him a ride.
A
I mean,
ride?
What if he stops dancing and bad things happen?
Well, I've stopped dancing and nothing bad has happened.
I look at the statue.
and Prince Kimchi also stopped dancing.
So it could be in your mind, but the statue does look like it's scowling at you.
Oh God!
I don't think the statue's happy.
Kinako, are you losing some of your hallucinogenic spores again?
No, I got them all here.
Is the statue kind of like really far up, or okay? So it's kind of
it's
looking down?
It's on the ground, but this statue is 80 feet tall. It's a giant statue.
is its feet nearby?
Yeah.
Like walking distance wise?
Yeah, it's right next to y'all.
Okay. I think it's Sparks is like, this is hella strange. and is definitely like sobering up from the fun vibes, you know. Um, and I think at this point is more curious about the statue than anything else, and kind of wants to go over and like see what's up with it.
Are you gonna tickle it? Tickle its feet?
I've got a trap for that.
I don't know about tickling, but I mean,
I mean, just to see if it's alive or something. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, we can. That's one way. I might be able to tickle it with my like wings or something, and then maybe you poke it with your what is it? Spines? Is that what you've been calling it? Thorns?
Yeah. Okay. On the count of
tickle
3.
you. Yeah.
Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3, and I give it a slight jab.
Yeah,
Like the toes.
Yeah, I'm crouched down and like using my wings to like.
So the statue itself does absolutely nothing, but there suddenly is a violent earthquake.
I immediately stop and I turn to Sparks. Okay, time to go.
Should we take all these people with us?
I was like, this is messed up.
They're fine dancing. They seem happy doing it. Let's just grab Weasel and let's get out.
I turn to Prince Kimchi Chipmunk.
Are you happy? Do you like your life?
I guess. I mean, woo.
Oh.
Okay.
It's always a party here.
Ooh.
We can't just leave them like this. This is messed up.
What do we do? It's like we can't fight a statue. Look at it, it's huge. Can we make it fall over? If we pull it down, would it break? Or like go back under the tree line?
Yeah, do you think it has like magic?
I don't know.
I mean, we can try and find out by pulling it down, and then if not, we get all these people out of here.
Would the people let us do that?
I mean, if chaos is happening around them, I think they'd oblige.
Hey, Prince Kimchi, how upset would y'all be if we did something to the statue?
You can't do anything to the statue. If you do something to the statue, then our whole village is going to get ruined.
Ooh.
You know, earthquakes, destruction. Remember, we just went over this.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, do we just have to leave them?
I can mark this place on the map.
I say we can return. They're not gonna die as long as we don't anger the statue. We can return.
Hey, Weaselbop, do you want to go back to Treeview with us?
Yeah, I'd like to head back home.
Is there any more of the MacGuffin to pick up, or was it just you?
There's still some bits of the MacGuffin. That power core thingy still survived.
Oh. Okay, we grab Weaselbop, we swing by the MacGuffin, we pick up the power core, and then we get the fuck out of here back to Treeview, huh?
And Sparks can mark it on their map, and we can always come back and check in on Prince Kimchi Chipmunk.
Prince Kimchi Chipmunk. So before you all can do this, the earthquake never really stopped. It just became less violent. And Will kind of like takes a header off of the ship. Cerise, you are almost to the ship because
Yeah.
you'd left. We're gonna kind of rewind just a little bit. You're almost to the ship when a violent earthquake breaks out, and you see basically a brief glimpse, like kind of like comes up through the trees a little bit and then goes back down. What can only be described as the head of a gigantic, I mean, gigantic is probably too small of a word, snapping turtle.
Oh. I. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Do you have any kind of aspect that might let you know things about history or creatures that live in the Wildsea?
Aspect? No, or do you mean like a skill or something?
No, like an aspect. I don't know. Like sometimes the Ironbound can get like things like kind of like
Oh,
how the Mothrin
oh,
have multiple lives, echoes
yeah.
of history, things like that. Okay. Do you have
I
like a whisper that you might be able to use, or
um, I I guess, but it's not the use that I have planned for it.
Can I donate a
okay?
whisper?
Uh,
Would you
oh
like me to donate a
goodness.
whisper?
Mm.
if Cerise doesn't have anything, then I'll leave it alone. Say Cerise doesn't really know what this creature is. However, Cerise can be like, "Hey, this thing's over here."
Yeah, I'm probably kind of still like sort of mid-air. Turn around. And kind of uh get louder like I do uh like I would for like a basically if a ship wound up in a storm, kind of booming voice. Uh and just go, I don't know what I saw, but I saw a big snapping gigantic thing. Although it's bigger than gigantic, we need to go.
Uh,
So
okay.
So
now that
maybe it's not the statue.
no. Now that Cerise has shared that with the rest of us, I do have my drive where as an actus I've been like collecting history and knowledge of actus history, and I wrote here on my drive, it says, as the longest lived bloodline, gain more knowledge and write a collection of actus history. So would I have like collected any history at this point that could help identify this creature that I could share with everyone else, or
Sure. I like to think that maybe the Ectus have come across this at some point. This creature is called the Terrapex. Um, Basically, once a decade or so, there's a shift in the tangle, a toppling of iron roots, and a distortion of weather patterns as something truly titanic struggles its way to the surface. The Terrapex, a miles-long beast with a shell of pre-verdant architecture. This is what's known as a Leviathan. One of the largest creatures to exist in the Wildsea.
Ooh.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Uh-huh. I guess with that, I'm just, again, booking it back to the ship, and I'm telling Will to get ready to go.
I'm gonna follow Cerise. Bye, Prince Simpy. Maybe we'll see each other again.
Okay, y'all, we're gonna go. But you might want to consider leaving because this thing is a leviathan, and then you're probably gonna die if you stay here. Okay, bye.
And I start running.
I mean, everyone would have heard me as well. Shouting at y'all. Not shouting.
They're like, but the statue.
Fuck the statue, get out.
R.I.P. R.I.P. to the statue.
Pork chop sandwiches. Get the fuck out of here.
Once we get like onto the ship, are we able to see the Terrapex?
Now, when you're all getting to the ship, you're almost there. You see the head of the Terrapex kind of like rise up and basically take a mouthful of iron root trees, and it leaves such a wide chasm that the ship starts to like almost like fall in.
Oh damn!
Oh,
Very
shit.
very slowly. It's like you see Will like dive off the ship with oh my goodness, I can't remember the puppy's name.
Krizula.
Krizula, yeah.
That's right.
Krizula, yeah. So both of them come diving off the ship like, no.
As in, like, diving into the chasm, or
No. Like onto the ground to be safe and not go into the chasm.
thank fuck. Okay. I thought you meant they went. No, okay.
On the ship, Flora, in the opposite direction. We gotta get out of here.
I'm
How,
like,
yeah. Like, how dangerous would it be to get onto the ship now? Like, is it...
Very. But that's the point.
well,
Oh!
I'm trying.
Okay. So Kanoko, you run up onto the ship. What do you do when you get up there? It's like it's doing that on the edge of a cliff. Yeah.
Peter Totter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which way is it facing? Is it facing down into the chasm, or is it facing away from the chasm?
No, it's facing towards
down?
it. Yeah. So
Okay.
every time it like sinks forward, you can see down and you recognize that tangle and terror down below.
I'm just yelling at the top of my lungs. Highland Cerise, how do I reverse this thing?
I'm following Kanoko
Yeah.
up onto the ship too.
Get your
Yeah,
asses
same.
up here.
Pull back on the steering wheel, Cerise. Projects out.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
following instructions.
Cerise is also... This might not work, but with her grappling hook extension, she's gonna hook onto like the back of the ship.
Ooh, that's really
And,
smart.
like,
the Doc Ock arms. Can we use the? Oh, sorry.
I don't have the other one. But like kind of wrap her hand around the rope with the attachment on it, and then put her hand on the other end, and sort of like Wonder Woman style pull back.
Hell
and just
yeah.
trying to help steady the ship, and is thinking wildly. I dropped the aspect where I'm floating and not in materials, so that way I could do this. So the spectral bits are all buzzing around, almost kind of fast, like flies.
Ooh.
But
Give me iron and brace.
iron embrace.
Ooh.
And then
Okay.
Kanoko, you're going to roll 3d6 for speed.
Mhm.
Okay. I
Can I
got two
just can
dice
I also
for this.
yell out
Somebody get the octopus arms to cling onto something.
They should automatically do it. Okay.
triple five for me?
I got 2 and a 1. So I think the 2 is more important here, but still.
Sparks, what are you doing? How are you helping?
I was gonna try to use my aspect, the internal battery, to like increase like the power of our ship,
Ooh,
hopefully.
nice.
To keep
Okay.
it from teetering off into the abyss, basically. I'm trying to think of how I would do that. I guess like wherever the engine room is, kind of thing, and I'm just like trying to feed it as much of my electricity or I guess lightning as possible,
Okay.
type deal.
Perfect. And Priscilla?
Okay. So I want to turn to Sparks and Kanoko and remind them. Do you guys remember when we fought that giant guy that we got the eye from? And how we lit him up so much that it caused us to blast up? What if we try to create a blast on that end of the ship and blast us away from the chasm?
Ooh. Sure.
Yeah.
How did we do it last time? I forgot.
Your spores can Sparks had electrified your spores around them, and then I used my bomb to light up all of it with the spores and the
Okay.
lightning.
Okay. Question above the table with because we've been crossing off aspects as we use them, but somehow I completely missed checking if there was a way to recharge aspects. So I've currently marked off all 3 of my hallucinogenic spores uses.
I'm just going to say
Would
you
they
have them
have
back.
recharged? I haven't. Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
In that
Just
case,
until we figure it out.
sweet. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna like jam the steering wheel where it is to try and keep the thing at full throttle, like put a rock or some shit on the accelerator pedal, however it works on a ship. I don't know how that works.
I think it changes every time.
It does. There's like buttons, there's pedals, there's the steering column moves.
Yup. Oh, I'm yeah, rigging it so that it keeps accelerating. Okay, and then I'm going to the back of the ship and doing that to get my hallucinogenic cloud of spores out the back of the ship.
Very nice. The the engine room, is that it at near the back of the ship? Like I don't know, like because I guess Sparks' fears, she stops doing that and like isn't able to like really like help more with the ship, or it like doesn't really matter. She could just stop and go make this explosion with Kanoko and Priscilla.
So how this is all resolving out
Mhm.
is Sparks. When you are energizing the ship, the voltaic runners begin firing lightning bolts everywhere. They definitely revs the ship up. Milo is helping, and I mean, the ship's doing 300 miles an hour. It's just without moving. I mean, it's revved up trying to pull backwards. Kanoko, you're able to send your spores off, leaving Priscilla the ability to basically ignite them. Cerise, with your rolls, you really are actually helping. Your feet kind of sink into the ground a little bit as the ship pulls against you, but you're able to keep hold on it. As the ship makes one more dip down, Kanoko and Priscilla, do your thing.
I'm gonna attach one of my bombs to my arrows, and I'm gonna fire away.
Okay. How I forget how you roll for firing. Was
I
it-
have. Hold on. I have. Where is it? Oh, I have 3 in my bow.
Oh, okay, perfect. So yeah, you're gonna roll your 3d6.
I got a 4, a 5, and a 2.
4, a 5, and a 2. Oh, ad break is going, so I'm gonna give that just a couple more seconds here. There we go. Okay. Priscilla, when you fire your bow, it works exactly as it did last time. The bomb on the end of the arrow explodes, igniting all those hallucinogenic spores that Kanoko released, which does, in fact, create little upward thrust to push the ship back. But as the ship is rising up and the explosion happens, it lights up that chasm. And Kanoko and Priscilla, since you are on the deck and kind of looking overboard down into the chasm, you see a humongous nest filled with Terrapex eggs. And then the ship like, meow. And because it was set to full speed with a rock, it takes off backwards, full speed. Cerise, you get ripped up the ground and you're still holding onto your grappling hook, basically parasailing at this point.
I'm just like, let Harlan back on the wheel.
Can we please crash into the statue, please?
You know what? I think Kanoko, didn't you roll a twist?
Yeah, I did. I rolled triple 5, so yeah.
You full speed reverse into the statue. Whop! It does the slowest, most over dramatic tilt and fall ever. It slams onto the ground. The music stops. The Terrapex lifts its head up full into the night sky and lets out the most like insanely loud T-Rex roar like ever. And you see all of these Ardents look relieved for a second, like as they put their arms down, they're like, and then they all begin to wilt.
Oh no.
Until they become nothing but piles of bones in animal skins.
Oh no.
I didn't think it was real.
Prince Kimchi doesn't look so hot anymore now.
Is Weaselbop still with us?
Yes, Weaselbop is still with you.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
like, oh, that's disgusting. You think I could sell? You know what? I'm just gonna. He starts like picking up pieces of armor.
No, well,
Weaselbop?
goodness.
Really?
Not the
Like
time, not the
2,000
time.
people just died.
What do you mean, not the time? You gotta fix your ship
Where-
and get it. Just give me a second.
Like
There is a
2,000 people
huge-
just died.
There
In
is
fairness-
a thing after us.
In fairness, they've probably been dead a very long time.
So are you.
I was dead for like 5 minutes. They were on life support. He's like throwing things into his satchel.
So
I
dark.
walk the other direction, just fucking let him do his thing.
Will kind
I-
of comes walking up. He's like, it's mad.
How
Uh-huh.
about the ship? Can we still get out of here?
So the ship is able to get out. And you see,
Okay.
like, have you all ever seen a snapping turtle? How they can like extend their neck out, like to should never be able to do that.
Yep.
That's kind of what it's doing and turning to face all of you.
Uh,
I'm
Can
gonna Sparks, you rev up the engine again, and Cerise, you grab a hold of Weasel.
Way ahead of you. I'm like
Milo
punching
and
Weasel
Harlan,
in
they-
the gut.
get to the wheel, and let's go.
I'm punching
Yeah, I'll
Weasel
use
in the
another-
gut,
No.
hoisting him over my shoulders.
I use
Like,
another
you
internal battery.
You don't need
Go.
to use your electricity, but like since you're around the engine area, just turn it back on.
I mean, I can use another internal battery if we need to like get out of Dodge. So
like a nitro boost. Sounds good
Yeah.
to me.
For
Weasel
sure.
Bop, despite like Cerise is far too strong for Weasel Bop, but he's still trying to do like how a cat lands on their feet, where like the front and the end are twirling in different directions.
Mhm.
Put me down, you haunted shipwreck! Damn it!
That is so true in more ways than one than you will ever know.
So I'm going to use a brief demonstration here. Will has a whisper, and his whisper
Ooh.
is called a welcoming fleet. So seeing all of this chaos happening and knowing that you might not outrun this thing because it's getting ready to attack, Will kind of closes his eyes and whispers into the sky, "This would be a great time for a welcoming fleet." You all hear cannon fire as suddenly a fleet of 30 ships crests the hill and just begins lighting into this Terrapex. Now, unfortunately, it is striking very close to you. Like
We
the
need to go.
cannonballs are, before you say "aw, Sparks," the cannonballs are literally hitting and just going, like they are not
Okay.
doing any damage.
Ooh.
But it definitely pisses the Terrapex off and it stops looking at you and you feel it start heading towards the fleet.
Hmm.
All
Time to
hands
get
on
the
deck
hell
for
outta
this
here.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go! You activate the ship and you're able to completely leave the Terrapex. The combat behind you, you can see the flashing in the night sky.
Whew.
And you are now feeling
oh,
that cooler air as you leave the palm trees heading back towards Treeview. The cooler air starts to, brush over your skin and whatnot.
Mhm.
Quick question. Weasel Bop's MacGuffin, because that was like a mile from the village, would that still be on the back of the Terrapex?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we need to just get GTFO. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It's all right. I'll build another one. Maybe y'all can help. Do you have some tech savviness?
I point at Priscilla.
Definitely, and Cerise. Cerise,
I can
you maintain your what is it called?
Well, I kind of have to. But
No,
yeah.
your little motorcycle looking thing.
Oh, my skipper, the echo.
So she maintains
Oh,
the skipper, so she'll also have engine knowledge.
Yep.
what
And
if we?
Weasel, you're not allowed to touch my skipper.
No, but what if you flew it? We could put bigger engines on it, and then you fly it,
No,
and a grappling hook,
no,
and
no,
explosions, and an oil
no,
slick.
no, no.
Yes, we're doing all of that.
And that's where we're going to end the session for this evening. Thank you all very much for joining us. And I hope you enjoyed this chaotic, fun-fueled just nightmare. I know I have. It's been amazing. I always have fun on the Wildsea because this is where we get silly, we get crazy, we say things that we probably don't mean. It's a good time. Thank you to this amazing cast. Every single time we play, you all never cease to amaze me how just wildly chaotic you get. It's awesome. I love it. I love it so much. Sparks, we definitely need to tweak your character and get you figured out, get you sorted.
Yeah, for sure.
But no problems, no worries. We will do that before the next time we play. What show do we have next? Tomorrow is going to be the premiere of our newest show, kind of a mini campaign-ish thing called Project Dawnport. 1/3 of the Magical Miss group named G9 came up with a setting, and we will be basically slightly tweaking that to be like a cyberpunk-esque kind of thing. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be weird. We're going to be playing Cyberpunk Red. Never played it before. Still haven't even opened the book to see how it works. So join us for that. It'll be fun. Good times. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next game. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It's time for the credits. Hey, thanks for watching. We really had a blast. Everything we do really gets us through. Join our Discord to play along. Together, we are so strong. You can stand the QR with your phone. Hang with us, and you'll never be alone. But thanks again for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming. Here at Shattered Tabletop Gaming. Shattered Tabletop Gaming. Join our Discord. It's time for the credits. Hey, thanks for watching. We really had a blast. Everything you do really gets us through. Join our Discord to play along. Together, join our Discord to play along. Together we are so strong. You can scan the QR with your phone. Hang with us and you'll never be alone. Thanks again for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming. Here at Shattered Tabletop Gaming.